This week on Granite State Challenge, it's the quarterfinals as the team from Plymouth Regional High School takes on the team from Trinity High School. Only one team will advance. Granite State Challenge starts now.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Bangor Savings Bank, Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, Aroma Joe's, and viewers like you. Thank you. Get ready. It's time for New Hampshire high schools to match wits in a high-stakes scholastic showdown. It's time for Granite State Challenge. Here's your host, John Cannon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Granite State Challenge. If you've been tuning in, you know we have our 8 first-round matches in the books, and now we're going to start the quarterfinals. 2 teams here this week to do battle. Let's introduce them to you. First up is the team from Plymouth Regional High School.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Norman. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Abe. I'm a sophomore.
Their alternate is Mason, and their coaches are drafting teacher Jay Fogarty and world language teacher Troy Harris, and they are the Bobcats of Plymouth Regional High School. And their opponents this week is the team from Trinity High School.
Hi, I'm Desmond. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Tyler. I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Long, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Tegan, and I'm a junior.
Their alternate is Madeline, and their coaches are social studies teacher Andrew Lavoie and math teacher Louis Sievers, and they're the Pioneers of Trinity High School. And of course, those are our teams, but we would be remiss if we didn't also introduce our beloved judge on the ANCAM, Ann Belanger. All right, teams, introductions are out of the way. Go ahead and grab those signaling devices. We're going to play some Granite State Challenge. As you know, we play in 4 rounds. Round 1, 10-point toss-up questions. Plymouth Regional Trinity, good luck. Let's go. In 2022, this country became the first Middle Eastern country to host the FIFA World Cup. Desmond of Trinity.
Qatar.
Yes. This Florida city, home to the Fountain of Youth Archaeological Park, is believed to be the landing spot of Ponce de Leon in 1513. Norm of Plymouth Regional.
St. Augustine.
That is right. The forced migration of over 60,000 Cherokee, Muskogee, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw peoples in the southeastern U.S. to the western United States in the mid-1800s is known by this name. Desmond of Trinity.
Trail of Tears.
Yes. All right, teams, for your next question, take a look at your monitors. You are looking at An October Day in the White Mountains by painter John Frederick Kensett. Kensett is associated with this school of American landscape painters whose work included landscapes of the Catskills, Adirondacks, and the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Norm of Plymouth.
Hudson River School.
That is right. Teams, in what part of the body will you find the scaphoid, lunate, triquetrium, pisiform, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate bones? Max of Plymouth.
The back.
Sorry, nope. Desmond of Trinity.
The shoulder.
No, good guesses. Those are the bones of your wrist. All right, teams, this mythological war began when Paris took Helen, the wife of King Menelaus. Tyler of Trinity.
The Trojan War?
Yes. All right, a math question for you in case you want pencil and paper. Teams, what is the area of a rectangle with a length of 6 inches and a width of 4 inches? Tyler of Trinity.
24 inches.
Okay, 24 is correct. This river is known as the Rio Bravo in Mexico and by this name in the United States. Desmond of Trinity.
The Rio Grande.
That's right. This disgraced man is the only person to have been elected both vice president and president twice. It was Richard Nixon. In 2014, Russia occupied and then annexed this Ukrainian peninsula. Norm of Plymouth.
The Crimean Peninsula.
Yes. All right, teams, our next question is a video question coming to you on your monitors. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Emily Spencer, Miss New Hampshire, and here's a question about New Hampshire for you. You can catch a game of this AA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays at Delta Dental Stadium in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Desmond of Trinity.
The Wildcats.
Sorry, no. Plymouth Regional. Max.
Fisher Cats?
Fisher Cats is the right answer. This dual monarchy was broken up in the 1919 Treaty of Saint-Germain-en-Laye and the 1920 Treaty of Trianon. Long of Trinity.
Austria-Hungary.
Correct. This Hall of Fame Red Sox catcher grew up in Charlestown, New Hampshire, and is famously known for trying to wave a ball fair for a game-winning home run in the 12th inning of Game 6 in the 1975 World Series. Reagan of Plymouth Regional.
Clemens.
Sorry, nope. Trinity? That was Carlton Fisk waving that ball fair. All right, teams, the highest point in this state is Britton Hill, which is only 345 feet above sea level, making it the lowest, highest point in any state. Norm of Plymouth.
Rhode Island.
Sorry, no. Tyler of Trinity?
Utah.
No, sorry. No, it's Florida. You can climb Britton Hill in Florida. All right, teams, these rolls were made first in Jewish communities in Poland and are boiled in water before being baked. They can be enjoyed with cream cheese and lox. Reagan of Plymouth.
Bagels.
Yes. All right, teams, our next question is the Unitil Power question. And as you know, we double the points, so 20-point toss-up question on your monitors. Take a look.
In the Amazing Fantasy number 15 comic released in 1952, this character learned that with great power comes great responsibility.
Max of Plymouth Regional.
Spider-Man?
Yes. In 1891, the United States Board on Geographic Names took the apostrophe, out of the name of this West Virginia location that was the site of an armory raid by abolitionist John Brown and his followers in 1859. Tyler of Trinity.
Harper's Ferry.
That is right. What form of poetry has no set meter or rhyme scheme? Tyler of Trinity.
Free verse.
That is right. Epistolary novels use written communication, usually diary entries or letters, to tell a story. Author Jeff Kinney uses this method of storytelling in this series of children's novels about Greg Heffley. Desmond of Trinity.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Correct. In 1883, these ferret-like animals were introduced from India to Hawaii to control the rat populations in sugarcane fields. There was only one problem. Rats are nocturnal animals, and these animals were not. Norm of Plymouth Regional.
Weasels.
Sorry, no. Trinity? They brought mongooses to Hawaii. Passed in 1862, this act gave 160 acres of federal land to anyone, including women and immigrants, who agreed to farm it. The only restriction was for anyone who had taken up arms against the federal government. Reagan of Plymouth Regional.
Homestead Act.
Homestead Act is right. And that sound ends round one. And we've got a tight matchup, folks, with a score of 80-90. Great start, teams, just how we like it. But we're going to take a pause in the action right now and get to know our players a little bit before we head into round two. We're going to start up with the team from Plymouth Regional High School. It is located in Plymouth, but it serves many of the surrounding towns in that area. And we're going to start down here at the end with Abe. So, Abe, you are an athlete, an endurance athlete. You do 4 sports. What are they?
I do cross country, indoor track, outdoor track, and Nordic skiing.
Okay, so that would mean you do Nordic skiing and indoor track both in the winter season.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, why both sports during the winter?
Mostly conditioning for a better outdoor track season.
Gotcha, get you ready for track.
Yeah.
All right, maybe that Nordic's a little easier on your knees, maybe?
Yeah.
A little bit? All right. Abe is joined by Max, who did something I've never heard of before. You went snuba diving. What is that?
It is a combination of scuba diving and snorkeling.
Okay, where'd you do this?
I did this in the Bahamas, right next to a coral reef.
Okay, so besides the coral on the reef, did you see anything really cool?
I saw some little fish, but I'm glad I didn't see a shark because they warned us that we might see one, but Thankfully, I didn't.
Okay, and if you saw one, what were you supposed to do?
Not react.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm glad you didn't see that shark. All right. Also, Norm, next up, also a bit of a traveler to a tropical location. Where'd you get to go?
I went to Mexico.
Okay, how long ago was this?
This is a while ago, like 7 years ago.
Okay, so do you remember where you went in Mexico? What you
we
did?
flew into Cancun, so we were in northern Yucatan, and we stayed at a resort. It was for a wedding, so we
fun.
did that, but we hung out for most of the time.
So a nice little beach vacation and destination wedding.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, hope you get to go back. All right. Speaking of warm things like Mexico and the Bahamas, Reagan, you got a new car recently that has a feature you're really excited about. Tell us.
It has heated seats. It's the height of luxury. I'm so excited.
You know, heated seats are the height of luxury. I am myself a fan. So is it the first car you've ever had with heated seats?
Yes, it's the first car that I've had for myself. I inherited one of my mom's old cars.
And that didn't have heated seats?
No, it was pretty sad, but
now
I'm
up in
back.
Plymouth, when the nights get cold, you got
I'm ready
heated
for it,
seats.
yeah.
Excellent. All right, and that is the team from Plymouth Regional High School. All right, next up, we're going to talk to the team from Trinity High School. Trinity High School is located in Manchester, and it draws students from all around the state. And we're going to start down here at the end with Tegan. So you used I guess you piloted a sailboat, but you did a trick in the water. Tell us.
I did a donut.
So I've heard of people doing donuts in the parking lot in their cars. How do you do a donut in a sailboat?
You take the wheel, you spin it really fast, and you pray.
Okay. Were the wind conditions ripe for donutting in the water?
Yeah, once. And then the second time they gave up, so I didn't get it on camera.
Okay. And was this on the ocean or on a lake?
It was on the ocean.
Okay. Well, man, I'm glad you survived that experience. All right. Alongside is Long, a collector. Tell us what you collect.
Pens.
Okay.
Especially university pens.
Okay, pens from colleges and universities. All right, and are these universities that you want to attend or that you are maybe a fan of, or just any and all?
I collect for fun. The best pens are the ones that are from New Hampshire, like UNH and St. Anselm pens.
You know what? I can't disagree that the best ones are from New Hampshire. Excellent. All right, joining Long is Tyler.
Hi, John.
Doesn't collect pens. What do you collect?
I collect fun socks.
Silly socks. Okay.
Regular socks are boring, and I like having fun in my life.
Yes.
So I have socks of any different color, pattern, like anything ever. Right now I have crab socks on.
Okay.
And it's fun because actually one of our coaches has penguin socks. Our alternate has shark socks. We got a bit of a theme going. And it's really fun. Probably my favorite sock that I own is like a Van Gogh painting printed onto a sock.
Okay.
It looks really beautiful. And then I just have other silly socks like Scooby-Doo socks because like why not?
How many you got in your collection, would you say?
A lot. I can't be handful.
Who can keep count?
Exactly.
All right, and team captain Desmond, been on the team for several years, but I think this might be the first time that you've played on Granite State Challenge.
Yeah, today's my birthday.
It is your birthday, so happy birthday.
Thank you.
Turning how old?
I'm turning 18.
All right, any fun plans beside a hopeful victory on Granite State Challenge?
Go home and eat a lot of cake.
All right, sounds like a great birthday to me. And this is the team from Trinity High School. All right, teams. Great job on that. We're going to pick right back up where we left off. In round 2, we're going to do our 3 strikes and you're out round. So in this round, we go player by player down the line. Each team gets 10 questions. We go until all 10 questions are asked or until all 3 strikes and you are out. 10 points per question, and each team has 3 passes. We do this alphabetically, so Plymouth, we're going to start with you. And Reagan, this is your question. Mary Tyler Moore played news producer Mary Richards in a TV show set in Minneapolis. Before that, she played the wife of this actor on a show that bore his name. You might know him as the actor who played the chimney sweep in the 1964 movie Mary Poppins.
Dick Van Dyke.
Correct. Norm, Flemish painter Anthony Van Dyck is known for his Baroque style of painting and this style of facial hair.
A beard.
It is a beard, a goatee called a Van Dyke. Max, the Pogona genus includes 8 lizard species commonly known by this name.
Bearded dragon.
Correct. Abe. In the song Puff the Magic Dragon, Puff lives in this land where he frolicked in the autumn mist.
A magical land?
It was the magical land of Honolulu. All right, Reagan, back to you. Actor Bruce Lee played Kato in the 1966-1967 TV series The Green Hornet. He also appeared in 3 episodes of this 1960s show featuring Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson.
The Wild West show.
It is Batman. Norm. Tim Burton, who directed Michael Keaton as Batman in the films Batman and Batman Returns, also directed the actor in this film about a bioexorcist.
Pass.
Pass to Max.
The Terminator?
Sorry, no, it is Beetlejuice, and that is your 3rd strike and ends the round. All right, Trinity, we turn our attention to you. Same drill, 10 questions right down the line. Desmond, we start with you. This is your question. Welsh poet Dylan Thomas exhorted the reader to not go gentle into this in a 1951 poem.
That Good Night.
Yes. Tyler, in the 1947 children's book Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown, this animal says goodnight to everything in its room and beyond.
A bunny.
A bunny rabbit is right. This is your question. The 1960 novel Rabbit Run was the first novel by this author about Harry Rabbit Angstrom.
Pass.
Pass to Tegan?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. The 1960 novel Rabbit Run was the first novel by this author about Harry Rabbit Angstrom. Yeah, that author is John Updike. Desmond, back to you. This cartoon moose is known for saying the phrase, "Hey Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat," to his squirrel friend.
Bullwinkle?
Correct. Tyler, the Progressive Party was also known as the Bull Moose Party. It was organized around this former president's Square Deal platform that promoted women's suffrage, an 8-hour workday, and reduction in tariffs.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Correct. Long. In 1930, President Herbert Hoover signed the Tariff Act of 1930 into law. The act, better known by this name, raised the tariff on over 20,000 imported goods. Sorry, it is the Hoot-Smalley tariff. Tegan, this animated advertising character from the National Forest Service, encourages us all to give a hoot, don't pollute.
Pass.
Pass to Desmond.
Smokey the Bear?
No, sorry, it is Woodsy the Owl, and that is your 3rd strike and the end of the round. All right, still a close match after 2 rounds. As we go into round 3, I'd like to invite our alternates to join their teams up at the podiums for our 60-second round. In the 60-second round, each team gets 10 questions in a category. They can work together, talk together. We'll give them 10 points for each correct response and an additional 10 points if they get them all correct. We're going to start with the team trailing, and that is Plymouth Regional. So, Regan, you can talk to your team and choose from these 3 categories. Timber, penny for your thoughts, and 3 in a row.
What do you want to do?
3 in a row, maybe 3.
3 in a row? What do you think?
Sure.
3 in a row?
3 in a row. All right, Reagan, you can talk to your team, but I will take your answer as the team answer. In this category, 3 in a row, the answers to the following will all include 3 vowels in a row. All right, 60 seconds, start the clock. French word for goodbye that you might say to you and you and you.
Au revoir.
It is adieu. If you are really nervous, you could be said to be this.
Anything? You're really nervous. Anxious?
Yes, an illness that can be easily spread can be called this.
Plague?
Communicable?
Plague.
Contagious. Think about that, Judge. This is a term for someone who is infamous and the title of a Duran Duran song.
Notorious?
No, yeah.
Notorious?
Correct. Someone who is very religious could be called this, especially a pope.
Zealous.
It is pious. This could be an Imagine Dragons song or something contaminated in a nuclear meltdown.
Radioactive. Yeah.
Radioactive.
Yes. This is the sound a mouse or a squished dog toy makes.
Squeak.
Yes. Someone who is morally right or part of the name of the group that sang Unchained Melody.
Anything. Pass.
Righteous. Another name for a line used in Great Britain.
Q.
Yes. George the monkey, who is really a chimp, is this.
Curious.
Yes, correct. And on the and cam at the end of your round, counting them up,
6.
6 out of 10. Nice job, Plymouth, on a tough category. Trinity, we're going to turn our attention to you. The remaining 2 categories you could choose from are timber and penny for your thoughts.
Penny for your thoughts.
Penny for your thoughts. All right, so the answers to the following will all include the word penny. So Desmond, you can talk to your team. I'll take your answer as the team answer. 60 seconds, start the clock. In the world of James Bond, she is secretary.
Moneypenny.
Yes. This was a character in the film Almost Famous and the title of a song by the Beatles.
Pass.
Penny Lane. This was the clown in the 1986 novel
Pennywise?
It. Yes. She is a character in The Big Bang Theory with an unknown maiden name.
Penny.
Yes. This is a name for cheap 19th century serial literature.
Penny novel.
Is Penny Dreadful. This chain department store got its start in 1902.
J.C. Penney's.
Yes. This is a term for cheap individually wrapped sweets.
Penny candy.
Yes. She was Laverne on Laverne and Shirley and director of A League of Their Own and Big.
Penny.
It is Penny Marshall. Shares in a publicly traded company that sell for less than $5 a share.
Penny stocks.
Yes. Another name for a 6-holed tin whistle.
Penny flute.
Penny flute.
It is a penny whistle. And at the end of your round on the and cam, counting them up.
6.
6 out of 10 on your round. All right, thank you, alternates. You can go ahead and take your seats as we go into round 4. Still a tight game, and in round 4, we're going to double the point value of our toss-up questions to 20 points, but we will also be deducting 20 points for incorrect responses. So with a tight match, Plymouth Regional and Trinity playing smart, good luck. Here we go. In 1993, this author became the first Black woman to win a Nobel Prize in Literature. Reagan of Plymouth Regional.
Morrison.
Toni Morrison is right. Teams, what is the first book in J.R.R. Tolkien's trilogy, Lord of the Rings? Reagan of Plymouth.
The Fellowship of the Ring.
Correct. This collection of laws, named for the Babylonian king who created them, are found on a black slab of basalt housed in the Louvre and includes a prologue promising to prevent the strong from oppressing the weak. Abe of Plymouth.
The Code of Hammurabi.
Yes. This is what you might call the covering for a healing cut or the individuals who break a strike line. Desmond of Trinity.
Scab.
Scab is right. This could be the name of a series of cars manufactured by Chrysler from 1928 to 1961, or the surname of a Spanish explorer and conquistador. Few too many to choose from. We're looking for DeSoto. In a 2022 musical parody film, Daniel Radcliffe played this performer known for his parody songs, Eat It, Like a Surgeon, and Amish Paradise. Desmond of Trinity.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes. Authorized by Congress in 1919, this 3,000-mile system of man-made canals and natural inlets, rivers, bays, and sounds provides sheltered navigation for watercraft from Massachusetts to Texas. That's the Intercoastal Waterway. All right, our next clue is a video clue, so take a look at your monitors.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Rule, the host of Our Hometown and the author of New Hampshire Trivia. On February 6, 1971, this man became the first person to hit a golf ball on the moon. In fact, he hit 2. The first shanked about 24 yards into a crater. The second, he claimed, went miles and miles, but in fact, it was about 40 yards.
Local hero, Alan Shepard, is who we were looking for. About a minute left in the game, teams. In 2005, King Charles III married this woman, whom he met in 1971. was Camilla Parker Bowles. Dana Carvey auditioned for Saturday Night Live with a routine about a British singer performing his song, Chopping Broccoli. Spell broccoli. Norm of Plymouth Regional.
BROCCOLI.
Correct. This tall, single-headed drum from Cuba is also the name of a line dance and a song by Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine. That is the conga. All right. Mobile Army Surgical Hospitals, better known by this acronym, were the subject of both a 1970 Robert Altman film and a sitcom starring Alan Alda. Desmond of Trinity.
MASH.
MASH is correct. And with that correct answer, we now have a tie score, which means we are going to a sudden death tiebreaker question. In this event, the next team to ring in to give a correct answer, no points will be deducted for incorrect responses, will win the match. Plymouth Regional, Trinity, good luck. In which Jane Austen novel will you find Elizabeth, Mr. Darcy, and Mr. Wickham? Desmond of Trinity.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice is correct. And with a tiebreaker question, Trinity is victorious and will be moving on to the semifinals. Great match, teams, just how we like it right here on Granite State Challenge. Two great teams. What a great match. Trinity, congratulations on your victory. We'll see you in a few weeks for the semifinals. And Plymouth, good run, tough match. We had fun. We hope you had fun as well. And we do hope you had fun at home. We do hope you join us next week as the teams from Portsmouth High School and Tilton School face off in their quarterfinal match. That'll do it for us. I learned a lot this week, and I hope you did as well. We'll see you next time.
Major funding for the production of Granite State Challenge is provided by Unitil. Additional funding provided by Bangor Savings Bank, Safety Insurance, NEA New Hampshire, Aroma Joe's, and viewers like you. Thank you.